Another weekend over, another match day over across Europe, and what a match day it was. A very crucial match day, especially for leagues like La Liga and Serie A. FA Cup also happened this weekend. We'll talk about it as well. For one particular club, you'll soon know which club it is. But let's start with La Liga because things are not stopping to get spicier and spicier with each match day. So this was the match day 26. Before this match day, the difference between the top three teams was 1 point, and now it is 3 points. Because first match that happened, first important match, which was between Real Betis and Real Madrid, Real Betis dominated them, and how. So both these clubs have Real in their names. Real actually means royal. But the only royalty that came out of this match was Isco, and after Isco, of course, Lord Anthony. What a performance by Real Betis. A fantastic, smooth, efficient performance that we saw from Pellegrini's men. Pellegrini, for a fact, has won for the first time against Real Madrid, the club he formerly managed as well. But what happened in the game? For the 10-15 minutes of initiation, Real Madrid were actually in the game. They scored a goal thanks to Brahim and Furlong Mondi, who gave an assist after a gazillion years. But after those 10 and 15 minutes, Real Madrid just lost control. For which I would take nothing away from Real Betis because they became so efficient after conceding that goal. They were so brilliant, they were so cohesive with their passes, which was down to Isco's playmaking, Isco's forward runs, and we'll have to talk about Isco as well. Matlab, wo player, it seemed like एक साल पहले तक that he's in an absolute twilight of his career and he's not going to play for much longer, but oh my god, what a performance yesterday. It was a magic show that we saw. Along with Isco, there were important contributions from Anthony as well. It was a good performance, not a great performance that we saw in the last 3 matches from Anthony, but again a very crucial performance from Anthony. Has actually transformed his career from Man United. We'll come to Man United later. The first half went across, they were 1-1 by the end of first half, and then the second half was actually all Real Betis. Real Madrid was nowhere to be seen. Alaba Rudiger pairing at the back was very slow. While Alaba looked very slow, it was Rudiger who looked far from his best because it seemed like that he had not fully recovered from his injury. And for Alaba, this actually seemed like the beginning of an end for Alaba because he has had so many injuries recently, and when he came back yesterday, that was actually subpar. I don't have any other word for it. I mean, he was caught lacking so often by Real Betis' forward line that he could not catch up. And that brings me to the point that why Raul Asensio was not playing. Ancelotti told that he had been given a rest since he had been playing so much, but I clearly thought that he could have played this game, and he was actually an important figure for that game. For the second goal where Real Betis got that penalty thanks to Rudiger's foul that he had to commit inside the box, if there had been Raul Asensio, I believe that he would have caught up much better and much faster than Rudiger, and maybe Real Madrid had more of a chance. Then Lucas Vazquez at the back as well. Again, a subpar performance. Now, this Real Madrid performance was down to the injuries that they had been having, but it was down to Ancelotti as well. I guess he could have made better decisions in this game. Forward lines of Real Madrid was nowhere to be seen. Mbappe had an off game, to be fair. Vinicius Jr. was again nowhere to be seen in the game. And for the fact that he has not scored a La Liga goal since November. Now remember, he tweeted in October after losing to Ballon d'Or that he'll do 10 times more if required. Well, the other Brazilian, Anthony, was seen doing 10 times more in this game. I don't know what it goes on to show, but it is what it is. This brought us to the end of the game, a game which Real Madrid had to win, but they have given away three important points in the moment at this title race. They are currently at 54 points after 26 match days. This brings us to the second game, which was Atletico Madrid versus Athletic Bilbao. अब ये एक tight game होने वाला था, second in the table versus fourth in the table, and it proved to be a very tight game. अगर इस मैच को एक स्टेटमेंट में डिफाइन करना हो तो इट वुड बी डार्क आर्ट्स बाय योर्स ट्रूली Diego Simeone because it was such a tight game. Athletic Bilbao hit 3 woodworks and could not score a single goal out of them. I mean, crazy. Alexander Sørloth started this game for Atletico, but he missed 3 crucial chances for them in the first half itself. There were 2 very clear chances which he failed to convert, and 1 difficult chance which he again failed to convert. I guess he has only been signed in Atletico to basically score 90th minute daggers against Barcelona. Because मैंने तो उसको यही करते देखा है अभी तक. Because of this shit show, he was of course substituted by our own Spider-Man Julian Alvarez, who scored this eventual winner in the 66th minute. A very clean, a very efficient finish from him. Which meant that Atletico maintained the second spot, but now they had a lead of 2 points over Real Madrid, who are on the third spot. Then the third game was FC Barcelona versus Real Sociedad, but the actual dad in this game was Gerard Martin. Who thought we would be saying this? Well, Gerard Martin had his best game in a Barca jersey. He scored his first goal for the club. A very good overall performance from him and a very complete performance from Barcelona. They finished the game in around 58th, 55th minute. And then it was just football vibes and Lamine Yamal trying to score a goal. But Lamine Yamal, oh my god, the techers he has got with him. I mean, there are rumors of Neymar joining Barcelona in the summer, but we actually already have one Neymar who is age 17 and doing bonkers every match day. I mean, he has made this left flank his own. Even without the numbers, the performances that he has been showing, oh my god, you have to watch the game to know his greatness, man. I don't want to be jinxing him. Of course I don't want to be jinxing him, but what we are seeing is generational, guys. What we are seeing is generational. We truly are privileged to be seeing performances like this. Then of course we have become so used to seeing Pedri's masterclasses match day after match day that it has become routine for us. It has become normal for us, but we'll have to appreciate it. As Messi said that winning 8 La Ligas out of 11 La Ligas is no mean feat, and we'll appreciate it when we don't win La Ligas. We'll have to appreciate these Pedri performances. This player, my god, this player is magical. A dominant display by Barcelona, 4-0 victory where Real Sociedad was actually nowhere to be seen. The goal scorers primarily consisted of our defense system, which involved Casado, Gerard Martin and Araujo as well. He also had 1 assist, which Robert Lewandowski converted with a very cheeky finish or a very lucky finish. You would call it, you can call it whatever you want. Now this dominant win brings Barcelona to the top. Again, they are at 57 points after 26 match days and have a lead of 1 point over Atletico and 3 points over Real de Madrid. With the La Liga discussion done and dusted, we'll now come to FA Cup because Manchester United. Oh my god, Manchester United. Before we talk about the game, I just have to talk about Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I don't care how much United fans criticize the club, criticize the players, criticize the management, criticize their luck. They'll have to thank their stars for Bruno Fernandes, because if he was not there, Manchester United would not have been a relevant club long ago. It has to be said. The way this man has been carrying this club on his shoulders, despite his own stinkers day after day, with his goals and assists at crucial moments, I mean, that is one insane carry job and one factor of what if Bruno Fernandes did not play for Manchester United and played for a club that won trophies. How many trophies would he have won? How much of a respected player that he would have become in the football fraternity? I'll admit, I do not love to watch Bruno Fernandes at many moments. He has his problems, he has his stinkers while playing for United. But the way he's so consistent with his goals, with his assists at crucial moments is crazy. Now coming on to the game, there's actually not much to discuss about United. But there's a lot to discuss about Fulham because they were very, very good with their game. United were just about active in the second half. They were nowhere to be seen in the first half. They were playing the most boring football this planet Earth had ever seen. But in the second half, there were some players like Ciro Obi Martin or Zirkzee who were actually showing some signs of improvement. Overall, a very, very lethargic game from United, as we have been seeing throughout the season from them. There's no glimmer of hope that comes from any of the players of United. I guess they don't even realize that they are at a point where they are losing. They are at a point where they are struggling because the attitude after conceding just stays the same. I guess they have become so normalized to conceding goals that the fire after conceding does not ignite in them. which shows in their performances. Penalty shootout happened. Fulham scored 4 out of 4 of their penalties. United scored 3 of their penalties. Then Kuldeep Yadav came straight from Dubai after his game versus New Zealand to score his penalty but missed. And then Zirkzee hit a very bland shot for penalty. That is the only thing I could say for that shot, and United eventually lost. They're out of the FA Cup. Now the United supporters on Elon Musk's app are saying that the Europa League is still left, but I won't be surprised them getting knocked out after the first round itself against Sociedad. I won't be surprised. I just feel bad for Amorim, man. I mean, of course, he's earning gazillions, but are these gazillions worth the dark circles on his beautiful skin? I don't think so. Newcastle versus Brighton was another game in the FA Cup this weekend, which Brighton won in the extra time. Now, there was one tweet by United Trey on Twitter, which was the only tweet I liked out of all his tweets, that if there was a mini league between Newcastle, Brighton, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth, it would be the most interesting league across Europe, across the world. And I fully agree with it. So that was the FA Cup, and finally, I'll just shed some light on Serie A because the title race there is very interesting there as well. There was a top of the title clash that happened this weekend between Napoli and Inter, which ended up in a 1-1 draw. Inter were shaky throughout the game, but Di Marco scored a bonkers of a free kick for Inter, but Napoli came back with this late strike in the 87th minute, which made the game end in a draw. This draw meant that Inter are still on top with 58 points, Napoli are 1 point behind with 57 points, and then there's Atalanta who is on 55 points. Now, what has been happening for the last 4 or 5 match days is that Inter or Napoli would lose a point here and there, and then Atlanta would have the opportunity to come to the top of the table, and then they would bottle it again. So this is the constant loop that has been happening for the last 4 to 5 match days. But again, the difference between the top 3 clubs is 3 points only. So that is a very interesting league that you should be following as well. Now remember, this midweek is going to be a banger of a midweek because this is a UCL midweek. We are going to see round of 16 clashes, which are going to be bangers after bangers. So it is going to be an interesting, a very exciting midweek. So stay tuned for that. This was it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding this week's matches or the UCL predictions as well. And we'll be back reviewing the UCL as well. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, subscribe, like and comment down below. Thank you.